Go.
Safety license.
Speak
check.
up.
You're on, buddy.
Oh.
Action.
All right, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through the power-up homing procedure, preparing this machine for production. Just a little bit different than what you saw in the previous demonstration on the Haas SL. Once again, you can usually find the main power supply by looking to where the power is coming into the machine. This main power supply has been turned on already. I can hear the electric motors and the hydraulic pumps running. So what I can do is simply turn on the machine's control power. Now, this machine requires a little bit of time. It's a Windows-based machine, so it's going to take a little bit of time to power up. So while it's powering up, we'll go ahead and do our walk around and see if we can spot our three major fluids that we're going to check. We're going to look at this machine. I notice a guard out of place up here. I'm going to bring that guard back down. I'm going to look for anything that's out of place, broken, any abnormalities of the machine I'm going to be looking for. Oil leaks. We're looking for any type of oil on the floor. We're looking good. Like I said, the main power supply is turned on to this machine. The control is powering up. Walk around behind the machine. I see the coolant tank. I can actually look inside the coolant tank for coolant levels. I've got a hydraulic tank sitting right back here. I've got a sight glass on my hydraulic tank. It's in the operating level, so I don't have a problem with it. Always check your overflow containers. This is usually some type of a scrap oil. This will obviously overflow if we're not careful, and we'll find a leak on the floor. So hydraulic oil, we've looked at the coolant level, and probably around front, we'll find our way loop. Way lube tank on this machine is right here around front. Obviously the way lube is at an acceptable level. Chuck pressure is up an acceptable level. Matter of fact, it's a little bit high on a collet system to keep from springing the collets. I usually like to run that down, maximum of about 300. So I've dialed that down to 300. That's our clamping PSI on our collet system. Now the machine has powered up as far as the control. We are in an emergency stop condition. I usually emergency stop the machines before I power them down. What we need to do is reset the emergency stop button by turning it, and then we can reset the error by hitting the machine control reset button. Now we have no errors. This machine comes up in the home mode. All we've got to do to home this machine at this point is move it away from home. I'm going to move one axis at a time. In the home mode, I'm going to press the Z- button. You'll see the machine reverse direction by itself and head back home. I can then release the home button, look up here, and see that my machine is still moving. It's gone into what's called a creep mode. It's actually creeping up on that limit switch, and when it finds that limit switch, we're going to get a little red dot by the Z-axis telling us that axis for this machine has found its home switch. We need to do the same thing to the X-axis. Guys, I always like to look inside the machine when I'm going to cause machine movement. Never move the machine blind. It's going to cause accidents. I'm going to move in the X- direction. I'm going to wait for the machine to reverse direction. Once again, I can see my position screen moving, as well as I'm going to get a red light when the X-axis is home. This machine is now powered up. All of the errors have been reset. It has been homed. We've done our walk around. This machine is ready for production.